Hi, how is everyone? Welcome to Lund Travels, and I am Carla, the travel agent here at my home base. And I have had a couple of questions, well, lots of questions about what it's like to book yourself or to be booked for a cruise. So lots of people are asking questions, and so I thought I would take you through a little list, and we may have to do another video about this because there's a lot of details. So first of all, let me encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to reach 100 people, so we are a very early channel. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so and hit that notification bell for when we do a video and you won't miss it. Okay, so what's the first thing you need to do if you're a brand new cruiser? You've got to figure out where you want to go, right? So choose your destination. If you are afraid of cruising, but you're really intrigued by cruising, I would suggest that you look at something that isn't a super long distance from where you are. Uh, I would I would think about something like, for instance, from California, I would say something like a 4 day cruise from Los Angeles to Catalina to Ensenada and back. That's called a closed loop um, cruise, and you don't need a birth certificate or I'm sorry, you don't need a passport. You only need your birth certificate to take that cruise. So you need at least your birth certificate. If you don't have a passport, what are you waiting for? Go get one because you need a passport at numerous times in your life, and it's a pretty good value. It's like $110, I think, for right now for your passport, but it lasts you 10 years, so it's a pretty good value. If your passport, go look at your passport. Is it getting close to being renewal time? Then do that. Get it renewed because you will need at least 6 months past your travel time to have the opportunity to use your passport when you go on your cruise. So 6 months past your travel time. And that's only because if something happens and you have to be hospitalized, then, or you, something happens, you're delayed getting home, still have your passport. Okay, so number two, we need to decide what kind of cruise vibe are you looking for? Are you looking for quiet, peaceful, I don't want to be disturbed kind of travel? Well, then that speaks to a different kind of cruise line every time. Is not the party, go for it, crawl around on your hands and knees drunk kind of party cruise line, then and it's not a lot of families. So there's a lot of things that needs to be considered. So get yourself a good travel advisor. I'm a travel advisor. Um, get yourself a good travel advisor, and they can help you do that. lundtravels@gmail.com. That's me. All right. So the next thing is let's get a hold of your travel advisor and have that person help you get your booking done because it is complicated. And don't call your travel advisor and get a whole bunch of information and then book it yourself. That's just not fair. Okay, that's my only lecture. All right, so here we go. You've done all your check-in. You are ready to get on the ship. And the first thing your travel advisor is going to tell you is download your app. As soon as you book that trip, download the app from your cruise line, whatever it is. You'll do your check-in on there. You'll do you might choose short excursions on there. You will set up your account, your ship account on there. You'll make reservations for dinner on there. So make sure you have a functioning app. All right, you don't have a smartphone and you don't want a smartphone and you don't want to use an app while you're on vacation. That's fine. You can do it that way. It's just a little more complicated, and that's okay. Nobody's going to criticize you for it, but it does make it a little more complicated. All right. So now you're walking up to the ship and you've got your passport in hand. You've got all your check-in documentation in hand. You don't need a COVID anymore, so that's an awesome thing. And you don't need an exemption anymore. That's an awesome thing. But you might be on a cruise to Australia, and that once you hit Australian waters, you may still need um, a mask. So don't go crazy when you hear that word again. That's just, they are still just coming out of their COVID time. So let's give them a break. Okay. Take a mask, just stick it in your suitcase. Okay. Another lecture. Sorry. All right. So when you get on, you've done all of your registration, you're walking on your ship, you're going to get a card that, sorry, something just popped up on my screen. You're going to get a card that looks like this. This is my card, and I know it's got that little glare on it, but this card is from Royal Caribbean. That was our last cruise, and it tells you your loyalty status. It tells you what ship you're on and when your ship is sailing. Good to know if you're on the right ship, right? Where your stateroom is. It's got your account number. It's got whether or not you have purchased any kind of a beverage package, not required, okay? And your muster station, where it's located, and your dining. Mine says My Time, Deck 3, where it is at your main dining room. That is complimentary, and there are other complimentary dining areas as well. You don't have to buy specialty dining in order to have a good cruise. This food is pretty awesome. Okay, so this also is your hotel key. It is your credit card. It is a cashless society on a cruise line. Now, don't let that make you a little nutty, because you're going to tell them, you can tell them how much money you want to spend, period. Or you can give them cash and set up your account, not on a credit card. You can get a running total daily on your television or at guest services to tell you how much you've spent. Okay, so you can keep track. You don't have to get the big giant bill at the end, but even your gambling is going to be on here. So be very careful with this card, because it can really can break your bank if you're not careful. Okay, next, please, on your app, you can, on most cruise lines, you can do your muster station check-in. You can watch a little video, and then when you get on board, you go straight to that muster station and you get checked off. Don't be the 400 people that they're calling overhead. And I'm telling you, on my last cruise, there were 400 people that had still not checked in for their muster drill. It takes you a maximum of 15 minutes, including the video, walking to the station and giving them your card, and they check you off. It's that simple. What are you waiting for? Get it out of the way, because if you don't do your muster, we can't leave the dock, and we need to leave the dock, okay? Because that's the whole point. Okay. When you are allowed to get on into your stateroom, do so. Some cruise lines hold the staterooms until about 1:30 or 2:30. And all the rooms will be locked. You won't be able to even get in to that area. Other cruise lines have your room ready when you board. So it all just depends on who you're going with and actually what time your boarding time is. That's another thing you do on the app. You choose your boarding time. Don't come before your boarding time, so they won't let you on. So come on time within 30 minutes to your boarding time. Now, there might be 2,000 people in line at your same boarding time. That's okay. Just be there when you're supposed to be there. Don't come at 11:30 for a 2:30 boarding time, because they will send you aside and make you wait. Okay. All right. So go to your stateroom as soon as you have access, and then you can put your stuff down. You can start touring that ship, and you can go get some lunch in the buffet. Another complimentary place to eat. There are, depending on your cruise line, there are several places you're going to eat. Let me tell you, you're going to gain weight. I really, really recommend that you use the stairs unless you're doing 15 flights. The first few days, the elevators are incredibly impacted. And you might as well just take the stairs. It's just easier. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. I will come back again with another installment of what to do on your first few days on a cruise and the things that you need to take care of before you go. Go apply for your passport. And don't forget to like this video. I really need your help. We're trying to grow this channel to at least 100 people. I'd love to have more. Share this with your friends. Have them subscribe. I promise not to overload you with videos and nonsense. So, Lund Travels, I'm Carla. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.